Welcome everyone to this future-proof container terminal episode. Today we got a really interesting guest, Jeniffer Rincon, and I will describe why interesting. It's not only because she's currently working for AllRead, a tech company in our industry, but also because we are hearing more and more about digital transformation, reducing this digital gap, and all the challenges we are facing in our industry. So with that being said, Jeniffer, welcome to the virtual stage.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you for inviting me to your show. I'm very happy to be here today to share my experience, and I hope I can bring some value to the discussion, and especially to raise some awareness about why it is important to go digital.
Great, Jeniffer. So the plan for today is that, we had put together some question here about the hot topics out there, what we are facing in our industry. So just feel free to share your thoughts, lesson learned, and best practices here. So if that is okay for you, let's go for it. Jeniffer, before starting, for those who haven't got the chance to meet you yet, could you share a little bit about who is Jeniffer?
Yes, first of all, I have been working more than 10 years in the maritime and tech world, in companies such as Maersk and Honeywell, and I've lived in United States, Panama, Israel, Colombia, which is my hometown, and now I'm based in Barcelona, trying to help ports to support them in the digital transformation. This is a software company, and we provide artificial intelligence solutions to basically tackle the digital gap problem. I would also like to share that I recently joined Wisdom, and I'm very happy about it because it gives me the opportunity to promote equality, diversity, and most importantly, empower women in this industry.
Yeah, that's awesome, and I may say I got the chance to meet so many talented women all over in our industry, so that's quite cool, and I am quite convinced that diversity and inclusion is critical. And I mean, it's also the baseline of our maritime industry. So, Jeniffer, I always ask this question before starting the session. So I will just ask you this one. So how would you describe container terminals operations in one word?
In one word, it's very hard. It's very hard to put such a complex world in one word. But for me, right now, it would be resilience. And the reason why is because we have seen the capacity of the supply chain, ports that are surviving and adapting to changes situations like COVID, no? So this has clearly shown why this industry is resilient, but it's not resilient enough. And an example of this is how the pandemic, the COVID, has clearly accelerated all the digital revolution, widening a digital gap, differentiating some industries between those who are and the ones that are not in the journey on the digital transformation. So in my personal opinion, right now, and more than ever, it's crucial to shift from a traditional business to a digital one.
Yeah, I think that's a critical point. I really like this topic on how technology can enable ports and containers to be more resilient and adapting to an increase or a decrease on the demand. But Jeniffer, we have been talking for already quite a long time, and but for our audience here, could you share a little bit about how AllRead, a tech company, is now in the port, intermodal, and container business?
Sure. Actually, it's very interesting because we started with this technology, very disruptive, able to do so many things. And after talking with hundreds and hundreds of companies, we were trying to find a problem to solve with our technology, no? And at the end, we basically realized that ports are being excluded from the digital world. And this is what we call a digital divide normally. And it became actually our mission to help these 97% of ports and terminals that are not in their digital transformation journey to go digital and bridge this gap with the help of AI. No, so our technology is the result of an innovation that was transferred from the university to the business world. So imagine that after 5 years of research, our engineers developed neuronal networks based on deep learning and computer vision that are able to digitize all type of codes, text, symbols, objects, allowing the trace and track of containers, trucks, wagons, dangerous goods, or any other asset imports. Um, I like it. I like the technology because these networks are very robust. OCR exists in the world, and what we can bring here and our proposal as a new player is that we bring this technology that they can work with any camera and read in harsh conditions in operational environments that usually are very challenging for a generic solution. No? So this is what we aim for, and this is how we ended up working with ports, no? Trying to deliver the highest to help them go digital.
Yeah, got your point. And well, we are hearing a lot about digital transformation, equipment automation, process automation, but how, like example for AllRead and your solutions, how are you planning to reduce this digital gap out there?
Yes, actually, you just say that, no? When you talk about an automation or digitalization project, the first thing that might come into your mind would be a long-term and complex project with expensive infrastructure, high investments, and so on. Um, but operations are already complex, no? And we need to simplify that situation. So, as a new player, we offer an alternative to ports to simplify the conventional logic for going digital. No, so this allows ports, regardless the size or the innovation maturity, to go digital. So let's put down two examples. In one side, we can make a huge impact in small and medium ports that today they still are doing manually all the processes that are actually paper-based. So they are unable to access to digital technologies for reasons such as the lack of resources, lack of collaboration between the stakeholders, financial capabilities. There are many others. But here we offer an option to start a digitalization project with less cost, less hardware, and a latest implementation versus traditional solutions. No, this is one side. The other side is there are major ports that they have resources, they have the financial capabilities, and some of them are already in the midst of digital transformation. No, and still they can implement improvements and update these antiquated or archaic technologies that you still have today. No, and this can be do a bit friendlier. Why? Because our technology adapts to the existing physical and digital infrastructure, kind of facilitating the integration in their processes. So this is how we aim to provide all ports the option to seize their currently capabilities to go digital.
Yeah, I think there is a lot of opportunities when it comes to process automation in ports. But personally, I believe this digital transformation, yes, technology got an important role, but people is also critical on this journey. But then, from your point of view, Jeniffer, how do you think that then ports and terminals can keep on track when it comes to digital transformation?
As all of us know, the evolution towards digitalization is speeding up. No? So the reality is that the technology itself can become obsolete at some point, and every day the business requirements will change. To illustrate this, I will give you a real life example. Okay, so for example, the digital life cycle of the iPhone that I'm holding in my hand right now it will be shorter and shorter until the end of life. No? Why? Because technology and business needs evolve. No, so for example, in my case, if it's an iPhone, it's personal needs. I will require a better camera, better connectivity, new functionalities to make my life easier. Okay. Same happens with technology in ports, and unfortunately, many ports still have outdated technologies that need to be updated or fully replaced. Also, there are some cases where ports they don't even have a technology, and they're still relying on spreadsheets and whiteboards. So, if a port want to be smart, they need to take action and integrate new technologies such as artificial intelligence, big data, IoT, but they need to step over the gap.
Got it, got it. And well, you mentioned previously the financial aspect. I may add here there is also an environmental aspect, an operational aspect. But what you consider is the main barrier when it comes to reduce this digital gap?
Well, there are many, and ironically, the barrier is not the technology itself. There are many reasons cited by ports that, for example, there is lack of collaboration, financial limitations, a lack of knowledge or digital literacy. And above all of that, in my opinion, the main barrier for adopting a digital solution is the resistance to change. And it's a bit normal because it's in our human nature. Sometimes it looks like easier to stay in the comfort zone rather than taking risk. In the case of the ports, innovate. In my personal experience, professional, I can tell that it is not easy to introduce new technologies, new ways to work, and especially in the ports industry, which is very conservative. Why? Because it depends on the employees' adaptability, like the change management, the readiness of ports to accept these technologies. So that's why it is crucial to raise the awareness of the importance of digitalization and abandon this old-fashioned mentality of the industry.
Yeah, I agree on that one. But then when it comes to, I may say, many port holders are trying to generate competitive advantage by adapting all these type of technologies. But what you consider is the main impact of delaying this digital transformation in your site, for example?
Well, if you don't go digital or you don't do anything, the cost is huge. Okay. I think that there is no port or even a company in the world that can afford to delay digital transformation, and the consequences of this are I think that there is no word to put everything, of the cost is very huge. So let's land on this. We will take three elements that directly impact ports productivity and efficiency. And this can be improved with the use of technologies. So first is time. Time with technology, we can save valuable time that today is wasted on day-to-day operations with manual and repetitive tasks such as registration of codes, license plate, documentation checks that are also subject to human error and cost delay. So first of all, time. Then time is money. So these delays, congestions or errors increases the cost of the operations, cost that with the use of technology we can reduce. So for example, when a port implements OCR solutions, they can reduce unnecessary movements, reduce congestions in gates that are traduced to less dwell time in the gate, less need of gas for the truck, and therefore less emissions. So the impact is huge, just with the technology. And finally, a third element can be the people, which I consider the most important element. We need people that embraces innovation, a digital culture that will be working in the future on safer and more strategic tasks, that they are more technologically savvy, but unfortunately, we are failing on that. So at the end, the consequence is that ports are missing out the opportunity to benefit from digitalization.
Yeah, well, I got a lot of items here, and I may say this is case by case. There are some sites that they are already uh, starting the journey. Some of them are already in the middle of the journey. I may say it's really case by case. It also depends of the local situations. When it comes to the sustainability aspect, it also depends a lot of the local legislation. But I may say from the process automation point of view, there are a lot of benefits. Reducing the actually improving the quality of data, reducing the manual input of data, increasing safety in operations. So there are a lot of benefits when it comes to process automation here. But just another question regarding this digital transformation. So how do you think that all these ports and terminals can adopt this type of technologies? Because most of our viewers will see like, okay, Chris, you're explaining this, that's cool, but then how do we can actually implement those based on our current conditions?
The answer is very simple, Chris, is to take a decision to go digital and make an action. No? For example, work for a collaborative framework in the ecosystem for port digitalization, or create ways between all the ports to achieve more and better through digital solutions. At the end of the day, if you want to go digital, you need to take a decision. This is the foundation for being a smart port.
I got it. And well, we can spend all day talking about this ecosystem, but yeah, there is a lot of things to figure out to be able to especially communicate within this ecosystem. And by ecosystem, I mean, port authorities, shipping line, trucking companies, customs, and all the guys involved in the whole supply chain. So I think if we figure out how to, speak in the same language, so to say, I may say that's the way future. But then, Jennifer, I may say this is a quite interesting journey. So, any lesson learned until now?
Lessons, many. For me and for the industry, ports and terminals, I think they can be future-proof, no, with the help of AI, and reduce this gap. Technology has a huge potential to address these challenges that we have today and we will have tomorrow. So to bridge a bit more the gap, we need to think in innovation and digitalization, and most importantly in people. No, at the end of the day, we are human beings working for people with the help of technology.
Yeah, really, really cool approach here. I always really for me it is quite important. Yeah, technology is quite cool, and probably the technology is there, but the people and skills is critical, especially on our business to enable this. It is the key for our business. So Jennifer, as a final message, what would be your advice for our viewers, evaluating to start this digital journey, trying to make these projects feasible on their sites, and get out the most of digital solutions?
Well, basically, we all know that the port industry is a lagging industry. So my takeaway would be that ports should rethink their current strategy and include digital transformation in their agendas as a priority, a key priority. One of the invitations I always do is to think about the digital transformation not as a marathon, but as sprints, which means that a port can start from something very simple and escalate step by step until they go digital. So, moral of the story, we must work together to support this transition and bridge the gap.
Yeah, really cool. I really like. I got these three items here. Like, if you're willing to deploy your digital transformation, you need to go step by step. I really like this people's and skill approach to enable this digital transformation. And I may say a third point will be here that there is no like copy paste. You really need to understand your way of working and identify how technology will enable your operational, environmental, and financial targets. So, Jeniffer, I think that's all for today. And well, thanks for joining the show. And as I told you, you're always welcome to share your experiences here.
Thank you so much, Chris. Again, I am very happy to be here again, and I'm always available for any discussion about these topics, and have a virtual coffee or in the social media, any platform, no, to continue working for this mission.
Great, Jennifer. Thanks for the opportunity and stay safe.